Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Try. My name is Retromation. This is Acolyte of the Altar, a roguelike deck builder with inspiration from Shadow of the Colossus that I'm very excited to be checking out again here today. I played the demo for this like a year ago and I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a very novel take on the roguelike deck builder genre, actually doing some new things. And as a part of the Steam Deck Builder Fest, it is now out on Steam. So in we're gonna go to see what it's all about. Well, hello there. Hey, over here. You're an acolyte, right? I'm a beast. That means we fight. Wonder why. Oh, you look positively flimsy. Let me give you some tips so you don't embarrass yourself. Phew. Look at that. You brought a cute little guy with you. Why don't you right-click him to check him out? Looks like he's a creature. See here in the yellow attack gem, that's how much damage he does when he attacks. Creatures also have health. The red health gem is how much damage he can take before he snuffs it. And the blue gem up here is his mana cost. All cards cost mana to play. So I do remember it's going for more of kind of like a card battler approach, like a Hearthstone style of roguelike deck builder. However, it also has that kind of Shadow of the Colossus. Every fight is a boss fight, boss rushy element to it, which I thought was real neat. You can see your mana pool here. It holds all your delicious mana. Here, have some extra mana I stole from the last Acolyte. Use to play your mana pool koi next. Spend all your remaining mana to gain +1 for each spent. Stops eating at 5/5. Ah, shoot, he ate all your mana. Most cards have special effects, so be sure to read them before playing them. Phew. I mean, I did, but hey. Notice the creatures are summoned closest to your face. Well, you're out of mana, so let's see what you got. Smack me hard. Drag your creatures into the attack row and click the big button to attack. Ha! Your creatures are sick with summoning sickness and can't attack. That means you're going to have to end your turn and let me go next. Then why'd you tell me to do it then, buddy? Now I know why we fight. You're a jerk. Did it damage to me? My piercing gaze messed you up good. You see your life plummet from my special ability. Plummet from 20 to 19. Woof. Okay, fine. For real this time. Pick up the creatures and by dragging them, your mouse can carry multiple creatures at once. Do we want to play this first for some reason? Summon gain 1 borrowed life. Damage done to you is instead absorbed by... I mean, okay, it's like a shield thing. Seems to be irrelevant since summoning sickness exists. Ouch! As turns go by, a beast's rage increases. This will unlock our latent power via new abilities. End your turn again so I can show you my real power. Deal 3. My powerful slash destroyed your creature, so take that, Acolyte. Most abilities strike from left to right like reading a book, okay? I mean, I'm a left to right gamer, I got you. Well, that's all the advice I have. Can we stop fighting now? We can stop fighting now, right? Seems as though no. So perish. Hey, what? But... owned. Okay. Choose your greater and lesser patron. I feel like this one wasn't in the demo. Passive gifts burden you by 1 less. Burden is like an inventory weight. Okay. So whichever one we pick over here gives us a different passive. Heal by 3 life after each combat instead of the typical 1 life. Start with a 1/1 vent crawler. I think let's go for this, and then we'll have the green as our lesser patron. Out we go. The Marrow Wastes. Ooh, hello there, buddy. Alright, doesn't look like we can see what these are going to be. Counterattack. Deal 1. Unlike other counterattacks, Future Strike happens before the creature does damage. Interesting. So things that we summon or things that we attack with 1 HP aren't going to do anything. The Lone Ladybug, however, could. So since the mana pool koi can get upgraded, I think we'd rather just chill out a sec. The Lone Ladybug, sure, we can summon it, we can attack with it, we'll get the 1 HP. You are going to gain energy and be able to use like your Starbeam or something, it looks like. That's a next turn moment. I think that we are probably better off waiting and summoning a really big koi, considering how Future Strike works. Gain 1 borrowed life, plus 1 more if you're already controlling a chanting cultist. Sure. We'll do that. We got the counterattack. So we can turn this mana pool koi into a 3/3. So Piercing Gaze, deal 1 direct damage to the opponent. Starbeam does 12 damage. Okay. So yeah, over the course of time, we are going to get slowly whittled away. When you loot a new card, Tiny Disciple is sadly replaced from your deck. Draw a card. If it's a spell, draw another. If it's a creature, summon a Charging Bear. Same deal with the mana pool koi, since we need our hits to be quite big. Sounds good. Charge and frontline. Frontline means it'll always go to the front, and it's also always ready to attack. We might as well go for a hit here, since we're going to get Starbeam blasted off the face of the earth. But yeah, we're going to be taking the Piercing Gazes. Good news is we have that shield for it. God, the visuals are so neat. 4/4. Create a copy of a card in hand. If it's a spell, create an additional copy. So yeah, next turn is the most optimal time for damage for the mana pool koi. This works fine for me. But I want to keep these out because it looks like there's going to be another Starbeam, so things are going to start going. But we have a big mana pool koi coming out next turn. We'll have 2 5/5s. We're obviously going to take some Piercing Gaze damage. So yeah, we knew that was happening, but we do want them there to tank some hits, is the annoying thing. We might as well attack with you for 1 damage. Keeping everything at 1 HP is completely okay. That means we've used up their effectiveness as much as we possibly can. And now this koi is going to be quite large. Quite in charge. If I could summon another bear to take... Because this is going to die next turn anyways. Which means... Okay, let's think about this. So, at the end of this turn, you're getting laser beam. No, these are on cooldown. Oh, okay. Never mind. We might be alright. Otherwise, we could graft the mana pool koi. Which is not the worst thing in the world. Or, let's go for a Tiny Disciple into a mana pool koi. We'll do the 2/2 and then a 4/4. Which then, like, after the Starbeams is going to be laser. Which should be pretty helpful to have this guy die instead of you, who does 4 damage. Obviously, we're taking that damage here now, but... Tis what tis. So those are both getting laser blasted, but we have the ability to do quite a bit of damage out now. And we do have kill next turn. We should theoretically, technically, only take... Okay, we can't do anything else. Should I... Fine, I'll create a copy of... you. Hip hip hooray. Next turn we're good. Which means we take technically only 1 damage. But the Piercing Gaze opening up there. Should we have tapped out on like 4 for this? It's hard to say. Because now we obviously do get the overkill on this turn. If we knew exactly what all these things did, we could like math it out. Okay, pick a card. Tiny Disciple will be automatically replaced. Kill a target creature and raise my stats by theirs. On death, summon a base copy of it. 5 loot beetles to... Or 5 beetles to reroll. I'm down with this guy. He seems neat. Choose a gift, Acolyte. Adds a card with customizable stats to your hands. Increase your starting hand size by a card. They're both pretty good. Spiritual Burden goes up. Draw 1 less card at the start of the fight. Gotcha. Draw one less card and begin with one less mana. Let's go ahead and grab this Spiritual Burden. Ink Drinker. On play, deal 1 damage. Inspect me while in hand, and then click. To edit, I should have... Well, whatever. And then you click like that. Right click, left click. That's what I meant to do, but oh well. What do you got here? Deal 3 damage to a random creature every time a spell is cast. Hits directly if there are none. Alright. So we'll sort of not want to mess with that. I mean, we'll check that guy out next time, I guess. For right now, sure. Just getting a 1/1 out there seems good enough. Yay. Summons the Angler's Lantern to blind neighboring creatures. So this gets summoned on my side of the board. On death, grant neighboring creatures 1 attack down. And do 2 direct damage to you. Prod, deal 1 damage. Already a little annoying, yeah? So when is this getting summoned? If this is getting summoned right now, we'd probably want to just pop out like the Chanting Cultist, but screw it. No reason not to attack here. Our spells are going to have to be really good. Could just also try and keep this alive. But yeah, if we want to play the spells, they've got to be... Whoa, they've got to be bangers. Swipe. 1 damage to all creatures. So we are going to get... We are going to get this to the face. This could actually be a time where it's okay to summon, to cast a spell. Deal 3 damage to a random creature every time a spell is cast, so it could go boop. Prod does 1 direct damage here, and then you get the other one. Otherwise, Prod's going to do 1 damage here. So this is actually, if there was a time to play a spell, it's now. Because it's going to be more or less the same, and now we do have the 2 Koi in my hand, which I think is going to be a little bit better. We'll take that direct damage, which, you know, it's annoying, sure. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't. But yeah, we got Angler's Lantern. Prod, you're going to be taking 1 damage. I think that we're just going to be okay with you being slightly suboptimal. We'll get the Stinky Lantern. Summon another. Could technically attack with the Lantern. I don't think it does anything. I think we're good, though. Castmaster. So we don't have anything that costs 1. I mean, I'm down with just throwing out the Koi. Does 2 direct damage to us regardless. Get bodied, fool. We are going to take the 2 direct. I would not be... in fact, I'd be surprised if we didn't finish this with 15 HP now. We could actually use Hibernation. It wouldn't even be a problem. If we summoned the bear, 5, 9... We don't have... Wait, we couldn't do 2 summons. Okay, it's not that it wouldn't be a problem. There's a chance it's not a problem. If I have no spots for that lantern, what happens then, huh? No lantern possible? Or does it just instantly die? Ooh, okay. That's... Okay, alright. So that's the counterplay to that. Good to know, good to know. 18 HP. It's fine, it's fine. Claim your reward. Whenever you gain borrowed life, gain 1 more. Overlord. Gain this effect whenever they stay behind during an attack. Gain a borrowed life whenever you don't attack with this. Draw your highest cost creature and then reduce the new highest in your hand by 1. I'll go for the Emperor Festivals. Getting some more. Okay, gotcha. Those symbols. Okay. So we get a pick. False Prophet or the Tricky Hunter? Worshippers gather around a gold-trimmed throne. Are these symbols what we're going to be fighting? This is going to be our choice afterward, I think. So, or maybe not. Because this is the Tricky Hunter again. Let's find out. I'm curious. Still as stone, still as stone. Man mutters, holding a spear close to his chest. Before him graze a small group of fuzzy creatures and their much larger mother. Super bones, he says. He raises his spear and begins to charge. Which do you help him hunt? Claim a filling feast, but lose 2 to 8 life? I don't know what a filling feast is. I'll do it. Restore 10 life, gain 3 borrowed life, forsake. That seems great. The sickly serpent skin. Alright, now for real. Won't let me type. Be reasonable. Three. Can we readjust it? If I just type here, what happens? It thought I wonder if I can oh, do 1 damage. Gotcha. Can I readjust it whenever? I mean, that's really cool. I'll probably save it for a bit. Until when I understand what this is going to be about more. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense to summon a Mana Pool Koi as a 1/1. It seems to be one of our more important units. So, for this specific build or deck or whatever. Deal 2 damage is going to be done to me directly. 2 damage. I think we'll just summon the Chanting Cultist then. It's okay. Just a mere sacrifice. It's a risk to go for hibernation. Snakeblood, what do we have? Restore 2 life for every time I have been struck in battle. If the number of strikes has reached 16, I will die instead of healing. Interesting. So we actually have a little bit of an impetus to just do a lot of attacks and not necessarily... Okay. What about like what happens? For 4 mana? Okay, what do we get? Can we get to 7? A 1/7? What about a 0/7? What about, okay. For 3 mana, I can squeak... Really? That makes the difference, huh? Because I could have him take all these hits, so then I might as well do the 7. So we'll go for a 1/8? No, 1/7? Cool. 1/7 is good because it's doing an even number anyways. I kind of like that. That gives us a tank there for quite a while. So we can try and get like a lot of just small fools out. I got a bad feeling about this though. Deal 2 backstab. Target the rightmost creature instead. Okay. So this could... We do get an attack out for that. You know what? I actually do like summoning this right near here because we can sandwich it between 2 actually useful ones. And again, we just need to get a lot of attacks out. Is swipe an AoE? Is that the AoE thing? So again, we want to sandwich it. We go boop. 2, and then we have 3 left, which means you're going to be 3, which actually works pretty well. Because that means you're going to take this hit. Okay. Cool. You're going to take this hit. Going to keep us alive 1 more turn. Do 1 damage to all creatures. Yeah, I kind of anticipated that. Alright, so then with that in mind, I could try and get a bear out here. Sure. All right, what are we at for attacks already then? 9. Okay. We're losing 1, 2, 3. Keeping 3. All right. That feels pretty decent, to be honest. I really like this black ink gimmick card. I like it a lot. So swipe is now unlocked, and it's now in every 3 turns. Kind of a thing. It's irrelevant how much damage we do. I think that's... We just want to summon a bunch of these, right? It doesn't really... Because then you having 3 is really good for us. It's a weird fight for us, which I actually really like. The strategy for this fight versus last fight is completely different. The stuff that was really, really good before is not, like, really, really good now. Okay, so I can't eat you on this turn. I mean, this should be lethal when snake blood happens. And we should end up actually healing out of this fight. Woohoo! Doesn't really matter here. When you forsake a card, it removes 1 card of the same name from your deck list permanently. Wait, what's that other thing? If there are none left, it has no effect. Is it just it's just like purge or whatever. It doesn't necessarily matter. We gain a shield because that counts on the first turn as well. That's actually really neat. Whoa, wait. Actually, could I have killed normally? I could actually probably kill this fight normally. Get bodied. On death, summon a tiny disciple. I mean, that's not bad. It's just a 2/2 that summons a 2/2. Whenever you gain borrowed life, gain 1 more. There's obvious benefit from that, but we would need some kind of, like, payoff for borrowed life. Like, I don't know. I don't hate just getting another 1/1 chanting cultist, actually. Actually, I really don't hate that. Do we need to fill up this entire wheel? Increase your starting hand size by 1 card. Every time a creature strikes for exactly 1 damage, gain a borrowed life. That seems busted. And it also only costs 1 burden instead of 3. Which, in my opinion, probably a good choice for right now when I don't fully know what I'm doing. Alright, what's your deal? Sends a letter to your hand. Read it carefully. It's frightening. I don't really want to waste my ink drinker yet. Hover to read the letter. You cannot end your turn while you hold this card. Restore 2 life. Well, thank you? Surely this is going to remain a cordial and friendly fight. The whole while. Of course, of course. Do the hibernation. That feels broken. Like, to me, that seems like that's going to be really, really busted, but I'm going to read the letter. Oh, I see. There we go. There's the hover. It just took a while to show up. A solar storm approaches. Take shelter in my cavern. Please trust me, Cassandra. Gain a mana gem. Fully advance opponent's rage gauges. I'll say no, sure. Oh, what? Star beam, huh? Got a slash and a star beam? Feels like we might benefit from going all in with our Ink Drinker. 0 damage. How high up can we get? 8. We can get a 7? Feels perfect for the scenario. Calamity's coming. A 7-1 seems perfect for this fight in specific. God, this is so... What a cool upgrade. Can't do anything wild with it. However, you don't need to. 3 damage. We could even also eat him. But we're going to get star beamed. Star bemped. At some point here. So we got to think about that. We can, like... We should put something down that we don't care about it dying. So maybe like a little bit of a tiny disciple. Because then we can use the Mastodon Rider to eat this and come back. I am worried about what this Calamity is going to be. But like the fact that we could eat this guy to basically save him is really appealing. We summon a base copy of it. I'm even going to, we have so many koi, I'm just going to get you down too. I'm very concerned about what Calamity is going to be. The fauna here are sick with wolf lung. Drink this, please trust me. Gain 30 beetles and fully advance the opponent's rage gauges. Ugh. I have shield, so we're fine to do it. The beetles is very tempting. We can attack and then eat the guy, right? Right? So now, this is what I was talking about. Now we eat his stats. And we still get to keep him, basically. We can put down one of you, and then maybe we could get another, if we got another Mastodon Rider and we ate the Mastodon Rider. I'm not saying we have that in our deck, but I'm saying if we could draft with that in mind, you know? We just need a couple attacks, and we're good to go. Three damage, don't worry about it. We could just get a very large koi, but... Let's try and, Nice. Let's try and put down just a bunch of crap. Let's put down a bunch of crap so that we can maybe do another body blocking scenario. This is really cool, the flavor on this fight, though. Hunger for sacrifices, fervent acolytes approach. Drop everything and run. Please, trust me. I mean, I can discard the rightmost card from my hand. I wish I would have went for the Beatles thing, but oh well. Bear? No bear. So here's the thing. If I play this, when you forsake a card, it removes one card of the same name from your deck list. Importantly, it does not exhaust. So they're actually, you know what? Yeah. There is an important distinction there. I'm assuming my health can't go above 20, but I could be wrong. There's an important distinction there. If I copy the card and I play the copy, I will still lose it from my deck list. Lord Bug. On Overlord, summon 2 lone ladybugs. If you don't attack, summon 2 lone ladybugs. Activate all of your infested swarm effects. I don't have anything with that right now. Gain 4 borrowed life if you played Sow and Reap this turn. Do 12 damage instead. I might reroll. What is up with this? Why are you hovering purple? Why are you... Is this a rare? Is that what's going on here? Reduce the cost of all the cards in your hand by 1, but also advance the enemy rage gauges by 1. Interesting. Play, gain 1 max mana. On Hermit, gain 1 more. When played as your only creature. 5 mana? It's a little wacky. 5 mana to gain 1 mana? For the fights, like I'm trying to think of my deck and how that necessarily matters with my style. Like, it's ramp is what it's usually called. On play, I turn to stone and can't attack. This guy's interesting as like as a stat eater. We could put him down. We can use our Munchman. Our Munchman turns into an 8/10, and we don't care about the fact that he's stone. It's irrelevant to me. Except for the fact that when we die... Let's just take the Profane Jester. Let's try and figure out a way to make that mana ramp better. What do you got here? Summon a random jellyfish as a new ability. When I take damage, remove tokens from the oldest jellyfish. Jellyfish with no tokens left are destroyed. Okay. Putting down a mana pool koi to start attacking and building up shield. I'm just going to call it shield. Seems like a not bad choice. We could go for the Ink Drinker as well, but I feel like I really need to see what this jellyfish business is talking about. Deal 2. Gotcha. When I take damage, remove tokens from the oldest jellyfish if it has no tokens. Gotcha. All right. Easy enough to understand. So we'll probably want to turn the Ink Drinker into a tank. I think that'll probably end up being the choice. Let's wait a little bit. We've got our 2 shield. Oh boy. Counterattack, deal 2 damage. If this kills a creature, do another 2 as a counterattack. I don't like that for us. So we might need a big old tanky lad. I don't know. Because if I summon the bear, I can't really attack with it. So if I do this attack, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a couple. We're going to remove 2 tokens over here, which is quite rough because we'd prefer to remove them from this one, if I'm going to be honest. So get an attack, we counterattack, Boom, he dies. Boom, he dies. Boom, I take 2 damage to the face. So it's almost better to just chill for a second until we have somebody who can tank a really big hit. I wouldn't be surprised if we use our Ink Drinker this turn. Not good. Deal 1. If it kills a creature, I gain a life. Yeesh. We're going to gain 1,000,000 mana. The thing that is kind of nice about this is if I keep on playing one creature, this is actually not dangerous at all. You have nothing that can actually screw me over at this point, really. Well, okay, there's that. You're going to gain the life, but I am going to first gain 1,000,000 HP. Or 1,000,000 max mana. And then I can make the nastiest Ink Drinker you've ever seen. Yes, you're going to heal, but I'm assuming you can't heal beyond. Okay. Now what's the play? I get a bear. We do the 2 damage. Would I rather take the 1 damage to the face? I think I'd probably rather take that 1 damage to the face. Could we put down the ladybug? Because it'd be boom, attack, 2, 1. No, we don't want to put... Yes, we want to put down the ladybug. God, this is messy. Boom, attack, not kill. 2 damage, 1 damage heal. But we do get to work down some of the tokens for what it's worth, but they are going to stinging swarm like crazy anyways. So it's almost like I want to just wait and just make the nastiest Ink Drinker you've ever seen. I doubt that my mana can go above 10. But the thing that's nice about this is we get the 1... Hip hip hooray, who cares? Correct, mana cannot go above 10. No! I wish that it lets you change it. Nah, I'm gonna lose my mind. I wish that it lets you change it there. The fact you have to right click, left click, and go edit style. Oh man. Okay. I beefed it. I've royally beefed it. You know what? As much as I have royally beefed it there, I think it's okay. As much as I did royally beef it there, I think this is fine. Because then we can do the ladybugs after. Yeah, okay. That actually... You know what? Genuinely, that ends up working out okay. Not this turn, really. Like, we did the 1 damage hit paper right. Like, it was a waste. But it's more... It is not as catastrophic as it felt like it was going to be. So does a counterattack... I think a counterattack probably hits the one on the left. Sounds like what it's talking about. Which I'd obviously prefer that not be the case. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to get so many counterattacks. I almost feel like we just have to just do some stuff here. And see what happens. Great. It ended up working perfectly. All right, I think we're fine. I think we're absolutely fine. It was kind of one of those turns in a roguelike deck builder where you're just like, I kind of just have to go ham and hope that this works out because I'm not going to sit here and do the math on all of it. And I didn't know if this could proc multiple times. It looks like the answer is no, it can't, which is actually fantastic. So part of me doesn't want to attack with you because then we're going to activate the counterattack shenanigans, but I think I'm okay with it. Due to the fact that we can maybe just kill all this stuff anyways. Yeah. Takes it from the oldest jellyfish. Yeah, this ends up being fine. I would have liked to see the Ink Demon, or the Ink Summon be as good as well. Do one to you directly. I actually kind of like that. That doesn't matter to me very much. We go for the attack here. And we are probably good to go, like, next turn. We get so much borrowed life here. The question is if we want to go for the Mastodon Rider just to get, basically just to get 4 more stat out there, which I think the answer is yes. Eating one of these, mostly just for the raw stats, is probably quite beneficial for us. The raw stats of the 4, obviously, like, him being a 5/6, it's not as exciting as he can get, of course. Deal 2, long arm jelly. We're going to get the counterattack shenanigans, but that's just okay. We could leave him back for a shield, but we can also attack with him and get a shield. We have that passive that's going to make it so that it's completely redundant. And look at all that. Look at all that we got out of the way. I will say, with the Hive Mind, it didn't make it clear that it removes the amount of tokens equal to the damage. I could have assumed, but again, it had to be an assumption. Bye-bye. Choose a card in hand. It becomes a 7 cost. It costs 7 mana and becomes a 7/7. Play. Kill all creatures, then revive them. Then summon possessed disciples until your board is full. That's, if I wanted to ramp stuff out, that is a way to ramp stuff out. So I'll do it. I think I'll do it. Like, we got to 10 mana there, and it wasn't that hard. Hear boisterous laughter and the rattle of dice in a cup. We'll do the dice game. Just because we already did that one. Group of nomadic acolytes are playing dice. As bets are made, a small pile of golden beetles built up in the center. Gambler can take the pot, but to do so is to exit the game. Few do, as most value the game more than their wealth. Gain 15 to 35 beetles or lose 10 to 20 beetles. Well, what happened? What? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I do wonder. Was it 12? I just want to make him cost... I want to make him cost 10 so that I can't play him on accident. Or if I do, he's at least going to be incredible. Can we get an extra, like, 14 out? Yeah, 15? 14. Just, if I play him on accident, he's at least going to be really good. So this one costs 1 and this one costs 2, huh? Oh, shoot. What's up here? Deal 1. If this kills a creature, I gain 3 life and increase stomach contents by 1. Decreases by 1 every other turn. If it's 10 or more, it bursts and I die. If stomach contents is 0, I starve and I die. If stomach contents is less than 3, deal 6 overkill. So we kind of just want to feed you... We want to feed you consistent 1s? In a weird way, that's probably going to be the most beneficial thing for me. Sure? Decrease by 1 every other turn. Counterattack, deal 2 to all attackers. So we sort of... this is a weird one. I feel like I remember this guy. We want to actively give him things that are going to die. A bear would do as well. This is fine. So he'll go for a 1-2. So if we can get someone to die every turn, we're good to go. I mean, the Ink Drinker is going to be a free kill in that regard. Okay, but here's what we do. Right now, we go for a graft on the Koi Fish, because then it turns into a 1. Knuckle Break, counterattack 2 to all attackers. I don't think I want to do that right now. I haven't really needed a Filling Feast. Okay. So now, in a weird turn of events, we want a 4-mana card with only 1 health so that he dies. So we'll go for the Ink Drinker, and then we'll summon a Mana Pool Koi with 1 mana. Summoning this is so weird. Basically, play in a way where you're griefing yourself. Summon a 9/1 and don't attack with it is hilarious. And I love that we've created a world in which it's valid and good. Okay, if I can summon a bear here, we're really, really well off. I don't really want to go for you. Give me the bear. Okay, that works. It's going to be a next turn thing. Because otherwise we'll have to, we can do Knuckle Break on one of our guys to mess him up a little bit. The Profane Jester works as well, I guess. Wait, oh, you're because I didn't know which turn we were on. Decrease by 1 every other turn. There should be one of these symbols on it that shows when it's going to be done. Cool. So this guy would die next turn anyways. Okay, so yeah, no, that's what I thought. We're good to go, though. It's the fight where we just never want to attack. And then we are fine. The fact that I have the 9-man and I don't even want to play that because then I kill them and they come back. It sucks that that's actually a bad idea. Because then we risk it. But this should be an explosion, right? You fill up to 10. And then at the start of your turn, or what? Start of turn, if stomach contents is 10 or more, I burst and I die. Okay. God. Sure. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Man, I do kind of love that. Stun an enemy ability, completely reset the cooldown of an ability, and it also applies sap, which causes the ability to skip its next turn. It's kind of cool. I want to re-roll, though. Why are you always giving me this? Another one? I sure don't think I need another one. Play a copy of me for each enemy ability that's infested. I've not had one thing that actually is... I mean, I'll take a bear trap. Choose a card to replace. Oh, shoot. At this point, I guess, I'm not entirely sure. Probably the Lone Ladybug, but it's really had its... it's really had its time where it's shown as well. Start of the turn, add a temporary swallow to your hand. It reads, deal 1 damage. If it kills a creature, gain 3 borrowed life. It's start of your 4th turn, gain a max mana. What's the penalty? So we have to take one, no matter what? Draw 1 less card on fight start. So the important thing to think about with this is We only have our own creatures. Blech. I wish we could skip, but I think that that's kind of... That's part of it, you know? Hello, mister. Oh, no, no. What? I know, be reasonable. I'm trying to... There we go. Same deal. Just don't want to play it on accident. Rage of the Earth. When falling below 40 life, and again at 20, destroy an ability to advance the other rage gauges by 2. Huh. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Do I want to play the Koi on turn 1? Probably not. One damage to the left and rightmost enemy can hit the same target. Works out all right to at least give us a damage next turn, I suppose. Getting a 3/3 is out there is completely okay. I'd like to get the Jester sooner than later, though. I mean, so far so fine. If I could get men who eat men, that'd be incredible. We could grab him and rescue his stats. We got man who eat men. This was who I was talking about. So step 1, we attack. Becomes a waste otherwise. So we kind of get to save his stats. Do I do the Chanting Cultist? Probably would have been logical to do the Chanting Cultist first there, I suppose. But I'll just pop down the Mana Cool. The Mana Cool Poi. Sweeping Strikes. 2 damage to all creatures. All right, we got a little something going on here that we don't love. I don't really want to summon a bear, but if I get a spell, that'd be good. All right, fine. Okay, it's a lot. Profane Jester doesn't make a whole lot of sense at this point. I think that we wait a moment. And we're going to end up stunning an enemy ability. These are both dying. Yeah, they were both dying no matter... Yeah, there's nothing we could have done. I mean, the only thing we could have done is summon the hibernation, summon a bear with a hibernation, but we just got RNG'd on that one. We are going to destroy an ability to advance one, which is kind of... That's really fun. Wait, I like that a lot. We actually ended up saving him. We didn't know which one's going to be destroyed. Boom. Still don't know Obliterate. Let's go for like a... Go for like an 8/9. Let's do it. Let's do it. Have faith. I am scared of Obliterate, but we have next turn, and then we can Bear Trap if it's really scary. Deal 6 damage, overkill. So we can't... Okay, we could sap it. We could sap it. Here's what I want to do. For the sake of curiosity... For the sake of curiosity, we could have even gotten that, but I don't really care. I want to play this. Okay, so it's pretty dissynergistic with our setup then. We are going to take damage ourselves, which would be concerning if we weren't going to heal it all back up immediately. I was hoping that overkill would work like a not rampage, like a stomp of some kind. Play sap an enemy ability. For 2 mana on a 1/1, that's actually legitimately quite good. Instead of what? Instead of what? Instead of what? I don't know how useful the Profane Gesture is going to be. Basically, we have chump blockers and Giga Chads. And that's it. I don't know that the Grand Lich is going to be very good, if I'm going to be honest as well. The ironic best way to use the Grand Lich is when my board is empty. Kill all creatures and revive them can obviously have some fun effects, but the most valuable time to use it is at 9 mana when my board is empty to just get supreme value. So I'm going to keep it for that reason. I do feel like the Koi is good, but I think that we can be happy with 2 Koi. Hello, buddy. That's right. It's the I don't trust myself play, and I'm going to do it every time. I took 10 or more damage last turn. Restore 10 life. If I took no damage last turn, restore 5 life. Okay, so we want to do a lot of small amounts of damage. Probably making the Ink Drinker a, Okay, what is this? 5 damage, overkill damage hits both you and the next creature to you directly. Wait, that's actually... That's actually bad. That's actually quite bad. Do we just accept this first turn of stink? I think we do. But then you're going to get healed back up. Does that matter? Because, like, what's the other option? I put down the 2 and then you just die. I put down this and then you just die. It's not that helpful. Like, we can't get anything out here that's going to live. I can only imagine. For 2 mana, maybe I could make something that... Maybe I could make a 1/4, but, like, is a 1/4 even anything that matters? Because then the Sunlit Spear, the next time, it's going to... Yeah, it's just a bit of... It's just a bit of jank for us is all. I'm going to do the 1 damage, bring you to 69, and then I'm going to annoyingly just stall there. I think that's in my best interest. Unfortunately, you are going to end up getting healed back up unless I get a bear here. Nice. That's actually really beneficial. Getting the bear out there so we can attack that turn is fantastic. We do have the bear trap as well. Why are you doing... This is not done. I'm confused. The good news is we kind of have like we have a pretty good answer to this. I don't know. I'll just play the 1/1 mana Koi. Okay, so when it's at half, that means it's going to fill up and activate. Understood. So we'll probably just start blasting. Can we do the trap? We don't want to do the trap this turn. We want to hibernate and hope for a bear. So how much is it? Under 10. So this is perfect. This is a perfect amount of damage to do. And then I'm actually going to just copy the bear trap, and we're just going to cheese you. Sorry, pal. Hate to say, but you're gonna have a bad time. Do we just chill there, or do we go for the chanting cultists? Okay, why not, right? Actually, it's better to do the Emperor Festivals for this unique, specific time we've got here. White Void, destroy all creatures? No. No. Okay. So don't use the last one. That one makes more sense because we can get it armor every time. This is the unique scenario where it really matters. Okay. Pop you with it. Does that really reset all the way back? But we're going to wait, and then we'll get the ink drinker out in case we need it. Then we'll play like an actual god with like a 9. Don't care about this. How much can we get? $14? Okay. We could just play it, but we might as well keep this situation the way it is. We could even, if I took 10 or more damage last turn, restore 10 life, we could just go all out. Well. We could go all out next turn and it'd be completely acceptable, right? We should be able to get the kill. Right? Yep. Bye, nerd. I wouldn't mind another Mastodon Rider. When you reduce my mana cost, do it 3 times. Fearless. 7 plus 7 plus 0. Fearless creatures gain more attack depending on the base max life of the enemy. It's pretty cool. I don't know how to reduce your cost. With what I have. I love Graft. Like, Graft plus Bear Trap was very dumb there in a good way. I do like the Lone Ladybug for, like... There's some real plays for it, but we'll go for this. Strange-looking man is crouching at the sight of his animals. We'll do the False Prophet. Different event here. Old man in a gilded robe approaches you. Give these people something to believe in, and I will uplift your soul. So heavy with horrors, the man says. He's holding a small bowl and a knife. The blood in the veins has all I need for a quick miracle. Lose 5 life to lift 3 burden. Absolutely, I will do that. The King of Beggars. Counterattack, do 5 to the first back row target. Then lose a coin from the Beggar's Bowl. Can hit directly. Also triggers like normal during the beast's turn. A bowl of coins. Wait, what? Let me process. Deal 5 to the first back row target. Then lose a coin. Clearly, these mechanics are going to have to do with the coins, right? So we're taking 5 damage unless we put something down. I will let the Koi eat a hit. if it means saving ourselves that much. Down and out. No effect unless the Beggar's Bowl is empty. Deal 13 damage. The Acolyte also damages the King of Beggars by the same amount. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, like, we need to keep on consistently giving him fodder until I figure out what Passing Stranger is. Because, like, deal 13 doesn't matter to us, really, if it is blocked by a unit. And it's all otherwise it's very hard to get purchase in this unless I use Sticky Sap Bug, which I do intend to do. The question is, when do I do it here? Get some footing. Because if Hibernation doesn't summon something, we're taking that 5. And I don't know that I want to use my Ink Drinker yet. Though, like, can I make something with 2/6? That's the best I could do. I mean, something that takes 2 hits right now is pretty good. And then buying me... I actually like that a lot. Because we do want the Beggar's Bowl to eventually get emptied. You know what would be fantastic in this fight, unless Passing Stranger? Add 1 coin to the Beggar's Bowl and gain life. So that's the thing we don't want to have happen. That's the number one no. Sure. And then it'll happen again too, right? Should we Filling Feast? I'm going to say no until it looks like things are going to go a little bit worse. Yes, you. You are the one. You know what I actually really like here? An attack followed by a counterattack. Wait. Can hit directly to the first back row target. Deal 5 to the first back row target. So the back row target can't be you in that scenario, I guess? Oh, that's annoying. I was actually... Okay, so now we obviously use the Filling Feast, which, hey, we've been waiting for that. Because I was really hoping you were going to die and then I'd play the Profane Jester, which I guess we could wait until next turn. Yeah, we'll just wait until next turn, I suppose. Though I would really like a Bear Trap. So maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. It's a 50-50. Whoa. Let's get a little silly with it. If we do this, we actually can't really lose. Because we'll fill our board up with those guys who just will perpetually be good to go. So we summon this. We'll be at that nice clean 10 next time. Which... Sure. Alright, perfect. This is what you're here for. This is what you're here for, my friend. I do wonder. So, a backline target's probably somebody who has to be left behind here, though. So, yeah, you use the down and out. That's okay. That's sort of what we expected. And now we just kind of chill. Unless I can't imagine a backline not triggering on this now. Which, am I fine with that dying? This would tell me that you get attacked. No. Okay, then. So we want to wait, and then we'll bear trap the passing stranger business. So can hard up not work unless... Okay. Yeah. I feel like the UI, I really like it. I feel like when it's half right here, to me, that's not reading as this is about to cast. Because especially since we have seen some where the bar is filled. But maybe that's just me. It's just you. Okay. But yeah, we're actually completely... We're completely fine here. Let's let hard up work so that we can get down and out to go. I would not call that the... to the first back row target. So it's not backstab. That's the thing. That's what I was reading it as backstab. So the first back row target is literally just, it says exactly as it says on the tin. The first one that's still in the back line. Gotcha. Perfect. Great. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. We're completely fine here. This is going to be donezo very soon. Theoretically, we could do this and it won't matter. Then we bear trap next turn. We take the 13. We're good to go. All right. Bonk, 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 bonk. Bear trap the passing stranger. Fight over. All right. We could have definitely done that without taking the 10 damage there, but we had a really, really good character for that fight. Front line. Units with run go to leftmost position. Start of turn, restore 1 health to this creature. That's pretty good. You're not looking for... It's interesting. You're not looking for really strong units. I mean, you are, but like you're looking for characters that can solve unique problems. The downside of that, I will say, I fear that decks would maybe end up looking relatively similar because you are really hoping to cover all bases. More than normal. You're looking to cover all bases. Okay. Got nothing here. This is a lot of abilities and a lot of health. With Graft there. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's a royal son of a gun. Kill all of your opponent's creatures to summon... loins? In my loins? Loane's Leviathan to your opponent's field? Kill them all to summon. Does read as we need to have something there to me. I could be wrong, but that reads as though we need something there to get the summon. I do have fears that this is falling right into his trap. Kill your opponent's highest attack creature. Deal 7 damage. Will hit the first creature with 3+ attack. So we can actually just like really boink you up here. We just need 6 hits with this guy, which, I mean, I could play the Koi. I think I'd rather save it. All right. So Giant Slayer's still going to go unless I get the trap. We did not get the trap. All right. Intimidate. When an opponent plays a creature, negate the activation of that card and then reduce this counter Oh, okay. Interesting. Negate the activation of that card. Okay, so we're gonna have to take this here. Deal 7 damage. We'll hit the first. If there isn't one, hit your opponent directly. So are we not taking? Are we not gonna be taking 7 damage? It's not projecting that we're gonna be taking a 7 damage hit. The Mastodon Rider could get very large and funny. I think I'd just like to get rid of that ability, because those guys aren't that exciting to me. I do feel like we're supposed to be taking a high swing here, and I am basically kind of just waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for the 7 damage to my face, even though it was not projected that I was going to take it at all. Okay. That's fine. It's all good. Unfortunately, all of those summons don't have... Okay. Can I make a 3/8? Oops. Boy, can I make a 3/8. Then we'd have 2 mana left. Is there any reason why that'll matter? But yeah, like 3/8 is a very important threshold for this scenario. It is unfortunately awful for mana efficiency. But it means we can take 2 high swings. If we're doing that, do we might as well like play all of the 6 mana then? I guess. Just means we gotta do 7 damage to the big boy, but it's gonna die to the domination anyways. So it really just needs to take this 1 hit. We have the Giant Slayer. So we're going to get eaten here. We're going to get eaten, and then we're going to get high swung, in theory. So there's no reason to really do anything here. Awkwardly enough. I could graft Valdrada, but I do think that I would rather graft the Bear Trap. We found none of our hibernations. There's no point to... Yeah, there's actually no point to do anything. Like, I could put down the Profane Jester to try and get an extra mana. I think it's fine. I don't see much of a use for it otherwise in the fight. It's just we'll just get rid of it. We'll get the extra max mana this turn. We'll get the 20. I do hope you get high swung at. Okay, good. All right, this is actually fantastic. So we have an extra whole turn before we play that sucker. Kill and then revive as well means we could... Well, step 1, hibernate. What do we get? We get the Bear Trap. That was what I was hoping for. I do fear that my hand size is going to be too big, which is a funny situation to be in. So let's just do a couple things here. Then we could actually, like, kill, use Valdrada. I should be completely in the clear, though, I think. Yeah. Because we have the... All right, well, whatever. We'll see if we can get the proper hand size. Even if I can have 2, that's good. But we just want to get rid of Giant Slayer. Right? I mean, High Swing is already going to go. But yeah, Giant Slayer would cause the main problem here, unless we want to... No, it's going to be a problem anyways. So kill. We don't have anyone with 3 or more attack. I think we just... I wish we had one more mana. Because then you could eat them after we're done, and that'd be so good. Alas. It's fine. Hit the first creature with 3+ attack. So it's always going to be you, because I can't get anybody else over there in time. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's fine. If we're feeling crazy, we could go for Valdrada. In fact, we maybe need to go for Valdrada. No, we could go for the other summon. The Mastodon Rider is A-okay. Alternatively, wait, what's high? We got a second high swing. Okay. New plan. Uh-oh. Okay. So I think first things first, we blast you here. Now we just need to play a couple things that are going to have stats for the time being. Alternatively, so wait, you do 14. You're not actually taking 14. You're not actually taking 14. We could bear trap one of these. We could bear trap one of these. Next turn, we're getting a domination. And Giant Slayer's pretty far out, so I actually think we're good to do this. And we're not actually losing very much. I'm confused. You're not actually taking that. That wouldn't make any sense. It's going to go bang, bang. Is it not? Is it not? Oh, we get our stinky little guys back, too. So yeah, we're losing everything. And then it's summoning the big boy. Which is just amazing. We can go... So, step one is going to be high swing. First is the thing. So, I'm going to get rid of the high swing. The one high swing. Then domination. Then Giant Slayer would go, but it's irrelevant because it's not actually going to go. High swing goes on the guy. It doesn't matter. It says that we're taking 7, but we do now know it's just not appropriately updating that stuff. Yeah. That I do think that needs to be cleaner. This all being said, you want to know what's kind of fun we get to do? We get to do a little bit of this. Wait, but we beefed because you have summoning sickness, don't you? We threw. I mean, we didn't really. We just get to rub it in their face more is basically all that happens. Because now that guy doesn't even die to those attacks. I know we could just kill, but... Oh no, I'm going to absolutely body you this way instead. On top of that, we can even get rid of the Giant Slayer. Just for kicks and wiggles. Bye-bye. Sayonara, sucker. The Acolyte's journey is completed. Nest dissected the offerings of flesh. Okay. At last their siblings called from every field and forest. No one was left to call divine reason into question. We've done it. So what happens here? New game. Undertake a greater challenge. Gifts weigh 1 extra burden point. Start the run with 3 burden. The weaker arcana abilities no longer appear. Find 40% less beetles. So we got like an ascension type thing. Start the run with no beetles. Hey. Neat. Very, very neat. Yeah. It's a really cool game. I think it's really, really novel. It's very fresh. I really like how every fight feels like a puzzle. I normally am not like a, fans of the channel know, I don't like it when my runs get this long in games, but I was so engrossed that I did not even realize until right now that this was an hour 25 minutes, because I was just like, I forgot that I wasn't just playing a game by myself for fun. It's real good. It's really good. I will say, like, I do want to, like, point out the elephant in the room being, like, I don't know about replayability with it. It's hard to say. Like, I was seeing a lot of repeat cards, like, quite soon, and lots of repeat events. And some of the bosses are very much one and done and solve kind of type things. And it'll equate to situations in which, like I was saying halfway through the run, I felt like I kind of had a foresight for how it's going to feel right now as far as how it would feel about doing a second run. I loved my first run, but I also feel like I feel like I completed a well curated game. You know, like I felt like I went through and I was solving the problems of like the puzzles of these individual beasts, but then I solved it. And there's like correct ways to do them. There's obviously multiple ways to handle it, of course, like especially that, that last boss, there's different ways you can handle all of it. And I would be curious to see how the different challenges go. But yeah, as far as like bang for buck on this one, it's really hard to say. You're going to have to really, really value the first successful run, or be somebody who's really interested in going for, literally just making it harder, things, which I think is completely okay. I really to be clear, I was not sent a key for this. I paid the full price for this game, and it is not cheap. I think I was probably sent a key for it, but I paid for it anyways because I didn't want it to influence anything. But I am okay with the money I spent on it. I'm not sure how many others necessarily would be or wouldn't be. It's okay. It's on sale right now. It is $16.99, normally $20, which is, in my opinion, completely fair. But I know that some people are going to bring up replayability as a point for that price tag, and that's why I'm making all these caveats right here. That price is completely fair in my eyes. I think that we've been pretty spoiled with a bunch of other games, more or less, that have undervalued themselves, and this is a fair price point for this one. However, replayability, if that's a big sticking point, you're probably not going to find it here unless you are the type to want to replay a intentional single player game a lot of times. If you're somebody who doesn't care about that, you'll probably not care here either, because this is a well curated game. But I'm not sure how great of a roguelike it is. I think that's kind of what I'm dancing around right here. I'm not sure how good of a roguelike this is, but it's a really good game that I'm really happy I played. And I don't know if I have a huge pull to do a second run, but I'm trying not to take away from the fact that I absolutely loved this run that I did right now. Like, that was a wonderful experience, and I really enjoyed it. And that's what I'm going to say. And you'll know from here whether or not you're going to want to pick up the game and play it yourself. If you're going to be the kind of person who's going to want to grind out a bunch of challenges for it, I think that's going to be something that you are going to know already. But I like I said, adored my first run. Link in the top description if you want to check out the game for yourself. My name is Retramation. Cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty in roguelikes and roguelites. That is something you're into. This is a channel you should most definitely be subscribed to. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.